Hi, I'm Nicky Hilton, and you're watching Stories Behind the Pictures.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Do you want to be somebody famous?
I am. I am Ron Galella, Paparazzo Superstar.
I was actually just on the phone with my mom, who's in LA, and I told her that I was going to be speaking to Ron's estate, and she said, "Oh my God." It's like, I know him for a million years. Because one of my favorite childhood photos Ron actually took of me with Rick James. I think I'm 1 year old. It's the hysterical photo of him holding me. I was like, Mom, I was 1 year old. What the heck was I doing at this party? And she just gave me some of the backstory. So she was having a big birthday in the penthouse of the New York Hilton. And I guess Elizabeth Taylor was having an event in the ballroom at the New York Hilton that night, where she ran into Ron and I guess invited him up to the suite, and that photo was taken. And that photo makes me laugh and smile every single time I see it. It's so iconic. Funny, I just released a children's line with La Caqueta, and this dress is one of the dresses that I recreated for the collection and modernized it a bit. It's called the Milu dress, but this photo is just so sweet, and it's so strange looking at it because my sister looks exactly like my eldest daughter, Lily Grace, and I look identical to my son, Chasen. And I'm actually very happy to address this photo because they run this photo to this day all the time, and there's no context. It's like Paris and I just walking around in crystal bras and these wacky outfits. So this was a party at Henri Bendel's in New York City. It was a D&G party, so we're in head-to-toe Dolce, and it was a casino-themed night party. That Dolce choker, I sadly do not have those pieces anymore. Stripes in our hair. We had been in Alona Rich's fashion show, I think that day or the day before. So we have these neon hair pieces. So this is not a regular night out on the town. This was a costume party. See, you could see my love for monogramming and personalizing everything at a young age. My little Nicky belt. That was one of my friends who had this really cool brand Noir. And we used to go and shop up a storm. Oh, and I see a little peek of a Fendi baguette, which I love. I'm an avid collector of Fendi baguettes. At night, I'll scroll First Dibs or various auction sites trying to track down vintage Fendi baguettes. Look at me in my little low-rise Frankie B jeans. Definitely Y2K vibes going on. That is my mother's Celine for Michael Kors belt that I borrowed. I remember, I loved it. Chanel top and earrings, and the leather coat is baby fat.
Wow.
Russell and Laura had sent it to me. I was walking the runway for Dennis Basso, and I believe this is at the Pierre Hotel. Yeah, Dennis is an old family friend, so my sister and I would occasionally walk in his shows, which was fun. I am wearing a Versace dress, which is really fab. Of course, we have the trademark smoky eye. Love a smoky eye still. And this was at a charity benefit on 57th Street. And I remember this night. I have my little Cartier tank, which I got for my birthday. This one, I just appear to have a watch. I always loved, and I still do, a chunky men's watch. I love jewelry. I have a jewelry line. Yeah, this is the bow earring from Theo Grace. This was at the Waldorf. This is the year I graduated high school, so I'm 17 in this photo. And I remember dressing very, sexy and risque. And I remember my mom and I saying, Paris, we're dressing you tonight. We're styling you. We're going to a nice charity event downstairs. And we put her in my mom's Chanel suit. And she looks so sweet. I remember this, the Catherine Malandrino top, Chanel pearls, Chanel purse, and a little pencil skirt. We used to go to the Rita Hayworth Gala all the time because it was at the Waldorf, and my parents are close friends of Yasmin Aga Khan. So we would frequent that event quite a bit. And they used to do a big live auction, and they would auction puppies. So Paris and I were the two girls that would walk around the ballroom holding the puppies. I'm sure you can find some Ron photos somewhere of us walking around with the puppies, and they would go for a fortune and raise a lot of money for the charity every year. So this was at the Ungaro party. I think it was the Ungaro anniversary, and we're both wearing Ungaro, and clearly it hit the tanning bed that day or so. Yeah, I love this dress of Paris's. Like, it's actually my favorite dresses. It's so beautiful with the cotton candy colored swirl. It's so fabulous. And I'm wearing my Cartier tank again. See, I used to always just wear a chunky watch, even with black tie. Here's another photo of Paris and I on the runway. Yeah, that was fun when we used to walk the runway together. We would do it at Heatherette, like usually our friends' brands, we would walk together. I guess it made it a little less nerve-wracking. So this was obviously the John Galliano Dior era, and I've got a lot of it on. I've got the shirt, the jacket, and the little Diorella purse and a mini skirt. And this was at Maxime's on Madison, which is no longer there. Paris and I at a fashion show that we had walked in, and there's Mom visiting us backstage. She would always come backstage to make sure that the dress wasn't too short or too revealing. This is one of my favorite looks Paris and I have ever done. VH1 Vogue Fashion Awards. So this is one of Paris and I's most iconic red carpet moments to this day. Mark Bauer, these red satin dresses. I love looking at this, just seeing how differently Paris and I style them, because they're similar, but they're cut differently. I'm wearing the more scooped neck version, and Paris is wearing the A-line, and I'm wearing a Gucci Jackie O bag, which doesn't really match with the look. And Manolos, I'm a little more simple and understated. And Paris is in these like crazy Patricia Field loose pink satin Prada bag that doesn't match at all, but it works. And wearing my Dolce crystal choker, which I am devastated that I no longer own. I love this photo. This is after the Dennis Basso show, after I walked. This is my mom and I backstage at the Pierre, and I love this Gucci backpack. I sadly do not have that in my closet anymore, but it was the bamboo collection, and it was just so cool.